You guys asked for a walkthrough of my massive 5 to 7 year world, so I'm going to give it to you. We're going to walk everywhere. I'm going to show off what I can and tell y'all a little bit about these areas as I go through them. So, let's do it. So, this is my dock. This island was, like, this is 7 years ago. This was nothing more than a little sand island. This is my little fish dock for fish salesmen. When I built this was supposed to be like a big fishing area for me to do like all the fishing over here, but I never did it. This is a light post. I was really big into like light posts when I built this, and putting glowstone and stuff in the floor and surrounding it with water because it looks really neat. So we'll start off. We'll go this way. This here was supposed to be an inn. This was supposed to be an inn for people when they came over, but yeah, nobody really came over here. This is gonna sound really goofy, okay? So this first tower here, the first tower here is supposed to be a lighthouse, and the lighthouse is supposed to be like an outpost lighthouse combo. So this ain't the lighthouse. This is the outpost. That is the lighthouse. And I thought that would just look absolutely baller to have an outpost and a lighthouse kind of together. I thought that'd be really neat. But by the way, forgive my voice. My voice is kind of because I've been talking a lot today, and my voice is it's a little bit rough. So sinuses too. So over here, this right here was the glass pond, and way back then I had a little statue here of I had some friends that played Call of Duty, and they were always complaining about Swift boots in Fortnite. So I made a shrine there that said, "Here lies boots," and from a creator, I forgot who it was. Right here, I used to have a shrine for Facebook Gaming right here, because way back in the day, I used to stream on Facebook Gaming. We're going to get to that over there. I know some of y'all really want to see that. All right, this over here, we're going to actually have to break into this because this is not a functional building anymore. Oh, can't break in right here. I got to break into my build. Break in right here. So this right here was my big arena. If you're not familiar, they had a plugin called Mob Arena, and this right here where you would use to farm mobs, but as you can see, it didn't it didn't quite make it. Yeah, it didn't make it, but down there was supposed to be a thing called Facebook Gaming. That was that down there, but as you can see, it didn't make it. So I might have to rebuild that one day. I don't know. Facebook Gaming. But yeah, this is my... Oh, shoot. I didn't finish showing off the rest of it. This right here was the audience area right here. And when you wanted to go leave, all you had to do is go up here and right-click this. And you would be able to leave. So, over this way. By the way, this video is going to have no cuts. So we're just going straight through it. This right here... I love doing this to mountains. This is one of my favorite things to do to mountains. I don't know why. It's just fun. You have andesite with stuff on the sides, that on the top. So like you pick a Y level, like there's like 72, and then it's like 90, and then 100 some up there or something like that. I don't remember the exact specifics, but I did that. I did deck from like 64 to this 72, then that deck, and it looks really, really good. And I went all the way about to right here, and then I terraformed all that, and then I was gonna put a bigger lighthouse over there, but I never ended up doing it. So we're gonna swing back around to get to that. That's part of my every mob zoo. That's the Arctic side. So now we're gonna head over. Can I fly? I can fly. All right, we're gonna head back over this way. By the way, this whole thing was a jungle, by the way, and then I completely demolished it. So back then, this was my mining tunnel right here. I don't even know if it's still functional. Okay. So this is also before the deep slate patch. This was my mining tunnel. I mined straight, and then I turned, and then these were my mining tunnels. And I would spend hours just mining all the stone and everything I could get my heart, you know, to do. And I would stuff everything here, and then I would take all the important stuff back up this way. Come on. And I think I was gonna widen it and make a bigger mining tunnel here, but I ditched the idea. Oh my god. 𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐸. We love our 𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐸. So this here was my very first house on this world. Over here was the village. I ended up tearing it down because I was going to do something else with it, but I never did. This is the under tunnel under the village, and you can see all my iron golems still here. I had zombies underneath with tons of holes, and it just spawned them infinitely. So it was pretty cool. This, go down here first. This was the original room. I had the furnace barrel thing right here, and this is my storage room. Of course, this is all old now. I don't use this anymore. My mob farm, I decommissioned it. It's all torched inside. This right here, I had a button that would activate my crop farm on the outside of it, which I'm going to show you all that too. And this right here was my bedroom. All underwater. It took forever to build all this. And then this is my crops. This is where I get all my crops. And over here was the automatic stuff. So like, you know, sugarcane, cactus. Over here was the stuff you had to plant. All right. I know what y'all want to see. You keep seeing all those buildings underwater. That is where I actually gained the hatred for sponge. I have an inner deep most hatred for sponge. And this is, if I can remember how to get back there. Here we go. This took me four or 5 days. Some of the animals are still down here. But this or that, I was going to make an underwater zoo. And I had turtles over here. I still got turtles there, look. And this was pandas. And then polar bears were over here. They were a pain in the neck. Foxes. I was going to make bigger animals over here. This was bees. And rabbits were here. Now, to get them under here, that was a pretty big job. That was a big deal. Okay. All right, so this was the main hallway room area. That didn't really have much to do in this room. And then when I upgraded my house, this area over here splits 2 ways. This way went to what became my bedroom. And then I had some villagers down here just to add some unloneliness down here, because building all this was very lonely because I was by myself. And then over here, this was my map room. You had a map of the original spawn over there. You had a map of like my whole area here. And I had maps of all my friends all over through here. And I had some underwater too. But, well, then everybody quit playing, and I took the maps down. I put them in my shrine, which we'll see later. This became my inventory room. And then I wanted to make a dolphin fish tank, which that's what this is. And it's funny because people in the community still give me crap for it. I had coral reef hanging like this, and the dolphins would swim up and they would drown. So, so over here would be where I grew all my trees. And back then, my friend built this. Wanda and Adam. You'll hear me reference them in stream from time to time. But they built this because I didn't play for a little bit of time. And then this over here is where I farmed all my end stuff. And I put all those lights up there because mobs can spawn on top of those. And yeah. So we're going to head out of this way. And I talk about this all the time on stream. You don't need a reason to build stuff. I wanted to build a water treatment area. So here's the water. Here's the water. There is the water cleaning. The water goes up there. There's the dirty tanks. They go up to that tank and they go to this building, and there's a little pool, which I'll show you all in a second, where all the clean water goes. See what I mean by the walls? I try to keep this aesthetic everywhere. And that's the old mob farm. I wanted to design it. I got sick of having like this big cobblestone box, so I decorated it. And if I ever want purified water, I come over here and get a bucket of purified water. See if I can get inside without dying. See, I even put the coal here, coal blocks. And there's the tube. I had a lot of fun building this. This was a lot of fun. Everybody kept asking me, what's the purpose? What's the purpose? Purpose is, it's just pretty. I just wanted to build it. So, here we go. We're going to go through this way. This is the centerpiece I built because originally my house was over here, so I was going to have it split all these ways. And, yeah, this way, I believe, goes to a dead end. Let me double check that. I think it goes to, like, the little lake that's over here. Little lake, pond, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it just ends. And it goes to the other side over there. I'm going to have to do something special with that because that pool means a lot to me. So now we're going to go this way. Oops. I will fly because it's a little bit of a walk. Now, back then, I didn't use Elytra at all, ever. I hated using Elytra. Here's another mini walkway. And you see, I didn't finish these yet. So, my very first house that I ever built kind of looked like a rook. So, this is the house right here. Yeah, this is a massive over-redramatization of my old tunnel. It's a big one. My old house, I had inventory, I had crafting stuff, like I had all kinds of stuff in here. Like if I was gonna begin to tell you guys like all the stuff, the way I had all this stuff in here, and yeah, I over dramatized it big time. By the way, if you guys ever want to rebuild any of this, just feel free to feel free to pause the video and and just go do your thing. Because, I mean, it's been forever since I built this stuff. And then this top floor was where and you're going to see an actual block by block replica of my very first house very soon. We gotta get there. And we're on the top. You can see all that. You see my clock tower back there. Yep. So that is that. That is the old house of mine. A overly dramaed old house. We'll cut short. We go to the walkway, go this way, go up. Well, we got to go this way first. So this is my wannabe makeshift bamboo farm. I don't even know if it works. I did this a long time ago. Oh. Apparently it does work. There's my bamboo farm. I'm gonna have to dramatize it and make it, more spiffy. This over here was a channel point build I did a long time ago. This is the sponge shop. I'm sorry, the sponge emporium. The sponge, you can hear all the mobs underneath. This was a fun build. I didn't really want it here, but it's one of those memento builds that I don't really want to remove ever because it just, is what it stands for. And we're going to cut to the right over here. You got statues representing the moderators that take care of my beloved community. This is from years ago. See, these are the mods from years ago. Mizme and Vicky, and then them two, they're not modding for me no more, so I don't want to bring up things. So, I still respect them for the time they did spend with me. This is my village, and every color here represents a type of villager. So you got he doesn't have a village, or he's supposed to have a fisherman hat, but he doesn't for some reason. Yep, these are all supposed to be fishermen, and they're not taking the fisherman job. These are cartographers. These are... There's no villager here. Oh, there's a mason. So every one of these colors represents a villager. And this circles all the way around and has all the jobs. But when I did it, I mainly just did it to say, hey, I did the village. But I never actually dug down and got them the jobs that I wanted them to get. So one of my projects that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be redoing all of my villagers and getting the jobs that they're supposed to have. Which means I need to build a little villager island, just like it did on Bedrock Edition, and do that there. So we'll have that going and done. All right, we'll fly out this way. It's all villagers. And it's not that I'm trying to rush through. It's just, it's all of the same thing over there. So now we're entering what my house looks like. My house starts here. And this is my house. My official house. You probably see me dinging all over the place and stuff. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here. This is where my mining shaft is inside my house. I'm in the process of like, what do you call it? This is getting retconned. I'm not going to be using this stuff anymore. Ignore that. That was a test thing from a while back. You got my tunnels. All my beautiful tunnels. These are my mine carts that go all the way up to my crafting room upstairs. And this is another tunnel that goes down to where my skeleton spawner is, where I get arrows and bows and stuff like that all the time. This is my furnace area, well, second and third furnace area when I want to craft a lot of things at once. Over here is my bed. And yes, that is a ship underwater. Somebody wanted me to put Captain Jack Sparrow's ship under my bedroom. So here it is. And I put waterfalls. I'm not done with this room yet. I wanted to put bushes and stuff to make it more, fun. This is a memento of my old dog, Monty, my late dog. You got my allays, and you got my bed. That right there's my mob farm. You notice the big tower here. We're going to see that when we go back outside. Over here, you got my mementos again. You got my jack-o'-lantern skeleton, jack-o'-lantern zombie. There was a jack-o'-lantern, spider jockey, but he died. And you got my zombified piglin jack-o'-lantern. And if you have Optifine, they glow. This is my mob farm. So whenever I'm working in the house, that thing is working like a charm. This was a map room, but I got to update the map, so I took them all down. Notice how I did the ceiling. That took a lot of work and planning. I still don't know what design I did, but, I did it. Oh. My brown panda's gone. I'll be fixing that later. These are my allays. I don't want to let them out, but those are my allays. Here is my bee area, but lightning struck it and all the bees flew out. But this is my bee garden. I got to get more bees in here again. Yeah, a bee farm. But yeah, it sucks that lightning struck it, but it is what it is. While we're over here, let me go over here and show y'all this. Underneath this is my clay farm. Clay, mud, lava. That's what this is. And then my bee farm had a chute here. Had a little chest right here where all my honeycombs would go. But that's long since been broken. Because the server sat dormant for 2 years. So I kind of told everybody that wanted to come take stuff out of my house. Take whatever they want. So a lot of my farms got kind of broken at the time. And by my order, I told them, go break my farms. I won't be using them anymore. And yeah. And this is my treasure room. It's large. There's lots of signs. But I love this treasure room. I love how I set it up. Even those things up there. I love it. This is my aquarium with my dolphins. And these are the dolphins from over in the old house. I don't care what people say on stream. I love my dolphins. People always ask me where my farms are. Well, I decided to go the small route since I don't need like, millions of stacks of watermelon and pumpkins. So this is my automatic farm for melons and pumpkins. This is what if I ever need it, I just grow it here because I have a ludicrous amount of bone meal. And then this is where cactus and flowers grow. Cactus and sugarcane. And then here's my other furnace area. Remember that minecart I told you to come up? It comes up, and around and lands right here. And yeah, that's what this is. And then you got the treasure room. And that's my house. The next part, because kind of built a little recently. And then you'll be able to see the clock tower and stuff from there too. This over here is when people want to come donate stuff to me. I don't really like them throwing chests all over my house. So I, oh, by the way, I did terrain all the way around because I'm OCD like that. Like all the way around the island has that terrain, the decks. I have to have it like that. I'm not going to walk too much around this. This is my welcome center for people that want to donate stuff to me. They just come over here, dump stuff in the chests, and yeah, they just let me know that they have stuff for me. I'll show you the chests. This right here was a group project because I was kind of strapped for time at the time. So I had a few friends come over here and help me build over here. See, like, I got a bunch of stuff I got to take over into the house and sort and stuff, but haven't had a chance to do it yet. And over here was the inventory room for our older spawn. There's like OG spawn, old spawn, new spawn. This is the inventory room for old spawn. And yeah, that's all this is. It's an older build. I built this because I was proud of this. So I put it right here. Still got some work to do with it. And look at that. Whoa, hold up. Sorry, I know I'm zipping around a lot. There we go. That is my clock tower. I just finished that this month. It looks so good. I got sick of that big cobblestone box, and I wanted to do something different from my older house. So that's what that is. My silos on my house, those were actually supposed to be mob farms, but it didn't turn out that way. So, by the way, if I look like I'm rushing, feel free to pause it and, just look at what I'm doing. I kind of have a bet going on right now that I cannot get this done in an hour. So we're about halfway done and we're almost at 30 minutes. So next, this is my shrine. So back when I moved from Facebook Gaming over to Twitch, I built this building. And this building was supposed to have all the mementos of like every animal that's ever died in my house. Not IRL, but in the game. Over here was dedicated to subscribers and patrons and all of that. This corner over here was dedicated to all the servers that I've had to close over the years and the reasons why. And those items up there were from servers that, like, whenever I want a momentum from another server, I'll move that world over here, import it, grab the item, unimport it, and, it's gone goodbye. But I haven't done that in a long time. I don't really want to do that anymore. But, yeah, here's the dragon egg, the original dragon egg. It's 7 years old. It's my dragon room. And the OG people that played on here from years ago, I had them build all along the backside over here. And kind of just, say, hey, love you, Ken, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Talk about, how much we mean to each other. A big old dedication thing to friends like Mark and Paul, Adam and Wanda, Tasha. Kayla has a panda over here. No, penguin over here. I forgot who built that one. But, yeah, this is a whole memento hallway. It means the world to me. It's one of those things where if I forget where I'm at, I go there to remind myself where I came from, blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff. So over here is the shrine I made to Facebook Gaming. And I used to have a book here that kind of said, hey, Facebook Gaming, da-da-da-da-da. And then I made one over here for Twitch, and then da-da-da-da-da. And then a bunch of memento stuff about, like, all the books that have been on the world from like times past that of people that no longer play on here. And by the way, I gotta show this off because I'm really proud of it. The floor design. I really like the floor design. And all right, let's go. You know your building is big when you can fly like this inside of it. Just saying. Just saying. Very proud of this. This one took me about 2 months to do. Let me show you all the outside. And that's the outside of the shrine. I didn't follow a design. Now, all these builds you're seeing right now, I didn't follow a design at all. I just kind of went with the flow. So, all right. The next bits, they don't really have an inside. They're more of just outside. The red thing next to the shrine, that's just a filler. I have a lot of filler buildings. That's a filler. And this right here, when the Warden came out, I got to take y'all to the Nether because you can see how I got the Warden over here. Because there's no ancient city for about 10 to 15,000 blocks away from right here. That's Wallace. People on stream love Wallace. He can't get out. Because before he was supposed to shoot and break blocks, but they took that feature away. So I didn't know what to expect. So I built this before the Warden came out. Let me move. I'm getting blasted. So the walkway goes this way. Go see, we're on the back side of the shrine now. This is brand new. I just built this the past 2 weeks now. This is my brand new mining hall because there's some people on this world that just want to help mine for me and stuff. So I built this beautiful mining hall. You got areas where you can put all your inventory and stuff over here. And you have the inner barracks. You get the beds, the thing here if they want to map out where they put the tunnels and stuff. Yeah, and then over here is the mining tunnels themselves. You got, it goes all the way to Deep Slate. You get the elevator coming up, and you have the one that goes to the trial chamber, 2 amethyst geodes stuck together, and a trial chamber. But there's nothing's been done with them so far. So, well, you guys, it is now 27 minutes into the video. I'm trying to keep this under an hour. I'm trying so hard. If you like the video, make sure you guys like and sub and all that stuff. Because this is a rather long video. And I have to do it in one take to show it's not going to be an hour. Or I lose. And I don't want to lose. I hate losing. So right now, we're headed to the Every Mob Zoo. Where I have up until whenever camels came out. Whatever patch that was. Whatever patch that was, I don't have. Maybe I should go by the house and get rockets real quick. Let's do that real quick. That way we can go boom, boom. Because there's no walkway or nothing to the zoo. None. 0. But, yeah. When I tell you guys that took me 7 years to build this, I'm actually including, because you're going to see here in a bit, my realm. There was some dumb shenanigans that happened a couple years ago, and instead of me trying to revitalize Homeworld, as like I've done many times in the past, because, you know, in 7 years, people are going to come and go. Whether they come and go in your life, come and go in the world, blah, 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 blah. You got to do what you got to do. So what I decided to do was take a two-year break, and I worked on a realm, and my whole base is made of Prismarine. Whole thing was made of Prismarine, which you guys are going to see that in this world too. I moved it over here, so I kind of added that progress into this world. So, yeah. And yes, you can do that. Java, you can do anything. This build right here was my attempt at building a skulk farm. It's pretty much a mob farm at the very top there. And, yeah, you can see I like putting these in the floor. Over here, I have a catalyst in the center there. And when mobs fall, when I kill them, it spreads out here. And once the entire floor here gets covered in skulk, I break it all, place it back with stone and dirt, and I mean, it works. It does the job, but I mean, it's faster just to go to an ancient city and farm skulks, shulkers of it. But, you know, I didn't know, so this is my Every Mob Zoo over here. I worked on this for about a week and a half. I'm very proud of it. Yeah, all the way up to camels. I don't have camels yet. Camels and all the 1.21 mobs, that's what is all here. I even have the aquatic mobs. I don't want to go down there because I don't want to get the debuff. I even have Elder Guardians. Elder Guardians are in that pin right there. You can probably see it. You look close enough. You hear the gas downstairs. We're going to go downstairs next. Getting the gas was like the most difficult thing I've ever done. Getting the gas was a nightmare. Wow. We're at 30 minutes now, and we got to go show off the other half of the island first. Next. Because this is an island now. And this is where all the underground mobs are. I got the only mobs I don't have is a supercharged creeper. I have all the others. I got, zombies, slimes, endermen. I got drowned. I have ravager. I got evoker. I got those. I got that guy. I have him. Gassed. Magma slime. That over there's Walter. We don't touch Walter. We don't want him killing the shulker. That was a nightmare to get over here too. Let me tell you. I got all the mobs. I got most. I even have silverfish in a boat. I don't touch them. They're annoying. So yeah, that is my mob zoo. Well then, y'all have seen everything on this side. I've worked my buns off. So now I'm going to take you guys to the other side of the island. And then we're going to come back through the Nether. And then I can show y'all the end. Yep, and this right here, link in the description for a tutorial of this place. This is my realm home that I moved over to Java. So this is now my Java other home. So I can keep all my homes in the same place. Which reminds me, this is an area where I've built I've re-replicated every house I've ever built in Minecraft. So this is my house number 1. This is back in beta, so there's no updated blocks in it at all. It's very, because I wanted to like a cool looking castle, and the water is supposed to protect from mobs. But back then during beta, every time that there was a patch, all the water would freeze. So that sucked. So then, number 2, when my world got wiped, I built this house right here. I built it literally surrounding a spawner. But see, back then, I was being a little bit of a cheat. I put a spawner inside there. And the people I was playing with were like, oh, you cheated, as they were using x-ray hacks. So, and this is house number 3. And this is kind of where I got my theme to build my houses. There's nothing inside of it. They're all empty. But that's the theme I wanted to go for my houses. And then I'm sure you noticed this one over here. This is house number 4. And I really like putting the silos and stuff on top just because it's fun. By the way, I'm OP on the server. It's my server. I can do what I want. So, everything here is built in survival. Except this. I imported this. But it was built in survival, so same thing. If you guys want to see a tutorial of this place, I have a video of it in the description called My Realm Home. And you got more terraforming over here. This is going to be a whole job on its own too, because I got to rebuild a lot of things over here. So over here, you're going to have one of the most ambitious projects, and we will be flying over this because it's so big. I took TNT and mined millions of blocks to separate my land from over here. Meet my ravine. That right there is the water treatment facility I built. I'll land for this. This here is called a water treatment facility. So the imagine is this. It sucks up all the water in here, and it goes up in here and gets cleaned and put back out here because this ship that I built right here. Let me land over here so you can see it. The ship over here, it crashed over here through a dam, and it was supposed to go here and sunk and brought all the bacteria and stuff, and that's the lore to that right now. And I don't know if I'm gonna change it, but yep, this crevice goes all the way across. And I tried to do some designs and some builds on the side of it to make it look cool, but I'm not done yet. Look, I missed a piece. I leave that as a reminder. And on the inside of this, I didn't really get to finish it because by the time I finished this, I was already burned out. So, yeah, you see, this is what all the walls and stuff look like. Still working on it. I'll get there, though. I'll get there. So, yeah, that is my whole island. That is 35 minutes long. I got to show you guys the Nether. Because this is all connected through the Nether. Because they have some beautiful tunnels. I've just got to show y'all. And I own all of this. Everything you're seeing right here, I own all of this. That's my shrine from when I was Facebook game when I became a Facebook gaming partner. It's Facebook 2021. Okay, now we're back over at my house, and my current end project that I got burned out on. I'm flooding the end. I'm not kidding. There is about a 1,200 block circle going all the way around, and I'm literally flooding the end. And I'm gonna build a whole city and everything inside the circle. But it goes all the way to the end islands. If you actually follow this, and I built this before that down there. This was to go on a 1 block rail with a Prismarine is some of the craziest crap you'll ever do in Minecraft because it was dangerous and the freaking Endermen were knocking me off left and right. So this is my end city over here in village, and what I plan on doing over here is I plan on growing the villagers over here. Yeah, I got 2 villagers over here. I got oh, come on. I got there they are. I got see there's like 2 villagers here. I'm gonna get them to breed, and I'm gonna make this a whole thing over here eventually. But this is the end project. This end project is what defeated me from making mega builds for a long time. Because putting cobblestone at a Y of 1. And we have a corrupted chunk over near this area that's a plains. And a plains chunk in the Nether in the end is that's bad. That's real bad. So yep, all the beacons are open. Testing 𝐬𝐞𝐞 when it came out. Oh crap, I looked at that dude. Let's not get touched by him. Here we go. Now I need to show you guys the Nether. And that will be the last of the tour. Hopefully I captured everything. I know I kind of went a little fast. If you guys have any questions or want to see anything in like a deep dive into specific builds, just list them below, and I will make a video and an in-depth tour of specifically what you all would like to see. Behold my Nether hub, my personal Nether hub. This thing, yeah, this took forever to build too. You notice, and I love how I did the floors and the ceiling. Like, this is the floors. Each one has a different color. I tried to make it random, and the ceiling, I tried to make those random too. And if you have Optifine, the visual effect, it shows like this is glowing orange, glowing blue, glowing green. This tunnel goes to the other side of, you know, the other side of the island that we were at. That's where this tunnel goes. Yeah, this pattern. This is where I started playing with terracotta, and oh my lord. Through here goes, this is the old tunnel system, and this goes about 1,500 blocks. I'm not real proud of this design. I don't really care for it, but people love it, so I don't complain. This tunnel over here, those of you that are on my streams know what this tunnel is, but for those of you that don't watch my streams, this goes to our new network hub. By the way, this took me about a week to do too. 2 weeks. Almost a month. So this goes up here to the northern hub, and where everybody connects to the northern hub, and then everybody connects to this right here, and then it goes 1,400 blocks to where new spawn's supposed to be. This is currently a work in progress. Yeah, and there's the ceiling. Floor. This is a whole pattern, by the way. This is like orange, cyan, white, and and I tried to make sure I alternated patterns. I tried to incorporate all the patterns, so learning all that was a was a nightmare. All right, I got one more tunnel to show you, and then we have to go to the 1.19 base. Son of a biscuit eater. 40 minutes. Oh, close. I'm close. So close. Hopefully I can win my bet. It looks like I may win. I might win this bet. Maybe. Over here in the Nether, I got to show you the Prismarine farm, and then 1 or 2 more tunnels, and then we got to dart down the longest tunnel you'll ever see. The longest tunnel, most decorated tunnel ever. Remember, this is an unedited video, so this is all completely raw. No edits, no cuts. Okay. Armor, sword, food. Okay. And again, feel free to ask if you guys want to see even more, like more in-depth areas. I don't mind making more videos. This is just a basic zoom of everything. Because if I had to do an in-depth here, I would be spending... This is my Prismarine tunnel to my Prismarine farm. This was supposed to be a Prismarine serpent, but I chucked that idea aside. And all my tunnels are Nether safe too. Behold my Prismarine farm on Java Edition. All you do is sit here AFK. They spawn up there and die. You collect the items down here. And then I sort them and put crystals here. You put shards, crystals, fish. And then when those are full, I move them over here. So you got, I think, shards on the side, crystals over there, and fish like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I love building this. This was a lot of fun. And there's an elevator to go to the 2nd floor. And then we're going to go up so I can show you all that. So when I build these things, I always put glass because glass makes everything cooler. And then if you go high enough, this is the very last thing I built when I was on Facebook Gaming, by the way. There's a giant Facebook Gaming symbol. I still got some things I want to do here just because I want it to look special. Because I put pride in everything I build. I just haven't done it yet. Yeah. And over here, if I ever got bored, I would go over here. I would start a mine, and I would just start mining like my life depended on it. And as I mine, all the Prismarine up there would do its thing, and yeah, it worked out in my favor. Works out in my favor every time. Ooh, 43 minutes. Ooh, we may not make it. Uh-oh. All right, now we're going to fly over to the end here. By the way, that goes to 𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐷's house right there. And the secondary lobby. And then that tunnel there goes to Luna's house, my wife. Oh, no, wait, hold on. This tunnel over here goes to my wife's house, Luna. And this one over here goes north to the northern section where my other friends used to live. They don't play no more on the server. They play modded now. And this is where I manufacture all my netherrack and stuff. So I manufactured all this, the designs in the ceiling. I tried to be cool with it, but I got tired of it and just started placing random things. And I just... The designs of the terracotta... designs of the terracotta. So now this tunnel down here is my pride and joy. This tunnel took me 3 months to do. It is 21... I don't even know if I have enough rockets to get to the end of it. This tunnel took me almost 4 months to do. And I started on it the moment they started mentioning that the bedrock at Y of 0 was going to be changing. And the new Y was going to be -64. And I was stoked. I wanted all the new gen, and I wanted to have access to it and everything like that. So we're headed that way now. 44 minutes. Ooh, we cooking, man. Again, if you guys want to hear a more in-depth show of anything I showed you on this base, please let me know. Put it in the comments below so I can actually review it and go over it. Because I know I kind of did this kind of fast. But again, I'm trying to win a bet, so... I'm trying to win the bet. Come on. We're almost there. This is 20... I mathed it out. This is 2,107 blocks long. Cool, we made it. 12 rockets. And this is the end of it. This is... that was all nether wastes. And it comes out to right here. I instructed everybody on the server, if anybody walks through this nether portal, they would have gotten booted before 1.17. So, let me show y'all my 1.17 base. So, this is my 1.17 base. Obviously, it's going to be made of deep slate. Over here's my bedroom. And I'm addicted to water, because water's cool. Over here is the inventory room. It's not very big, but it is an inventory room. And I started making things like this because this is pretty. Not really showing much inside of anything. This is all more of outside show. So the theme was I was building a nuclear silo right here to power up the futuristic copper like cables and pipes and stuff. That's the house. That's the water system going through the whole place. This is the floating villager saucers. And you can see where all the, like, you know, futuristic stuff is really poisoned the ground and stuff a bit. And that right there was supposed to have villager houses on it, but I never built them. This was supposed to be a whole glass dome, but I never finished it. And this was a nuclear silo that I never finished. And it's powered by a nether star. And over here is the house that I'm supposed to live in for when, you know, I do stuff over here. This is my house. I mean, there's nothing to show under second floor, but on the main floor, this is the main floor. And this is the inventory. This is the inventory. This is the barracks. And I'll show you downstairs. 47 minutes. I think I may do it, y'all. Yes. And then down here is the inventory room for this place. And yes, it has to have a fish tank because it's me. All right, y'all. I did a walkthrough of my entire my Java Edition area. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything extra you guys want to see or more slow down in-depth show, please comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a whole straight cut, 0 edits. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy, keep it hugs, and have a fantastic Easter.